Ryzen 3000 gets 16 cores, Radeon RX 5700 series might be the platform favorite this summer, and Steven Crowder gets demonetized. I'm Matthew White, and this is the ER Podcast. To get started, let's look at some Ryzen 3000 stats at the AMD keynote, which was at 3 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, so 5 o'clock Central Time where I live. So Ryzen came out with, or AMD came out with a monster 16-core, 32-thread CPU with a base of 3.5 gigahertz and a boost of 4.7. So it's the highest clocked chip that we have seen thus far from Ryzen 3000. This information was leaked to WCCF Tech earlier yesterday, but it was confirmed at AMD's keynote at E3. Ryzen, they had some fun with it. Some overclockers overclocked it on liquid nitrogen. I believe the highest they scored was 5.3 gigahertz, but they could have gone higher. I'm not quite sure, but they did note that Ryzen 3950X, the 16-core, scored world records in Cinebench R15 and Cinebench R20, Geekbench, and other synthetic benchmarks. So that is something to look forward to. And AMD released, again, this is AMD releasing the largest core count CPU to the mainstream thus far, and this is pretty impressive. The chip itself is priced at $750, so that should be, again, a mainstream part, so it's a little bit out of mainstream computer builders line, but hey, people buy the 9900K all the time. So this is better. It's twice as large and can clock just as fast. So we'll see what happens. Now, the AMD also showcased their Radeon card, their Radeon cards, their Radeon video cards, the Radeon 5700 and 5700 XT. And there are going to be 3 new GPUs, but only two different variants. Again, the 5700 and the 5700 XT. The Radeon 5700 is going to beat out the GeForce RTX 2060 for only $380, and the Radeon 5700 XT is going to beat out the RTX 2070 for $450. Now, I did some price research, and it looks like the RTX 2060 currently prices on average around $330 to $500. Again, that $500 is just if you want the best of the best 2060, which really, isn't really all that necessary, but whatever. It would depend on how much faster the RX 5700 is if it wants to take over the mid-range market. And this is true because the 2060 is already priced at this price point. People might just want to go with the RTX version because it supports ray tracing. The RX 5700 XT, on the other hand, has a very good price point, currently priced at around $450. Now, this is comparable to the RTX 2070, and that prices from $490 to $700 on Newegg. Again, $700 if you're buying the best of the best, which, in my opinion, you don't really need to be buying. Just buy a 2080 at that point. But it's still in stock, so whatever. The RX 5700 XT can beat out the 2070 in price and apparently performance, and stands poised to take over mid-range enthusiast market. The third variant is very, very interesting here, is the Radeon RX 5700 XT 50th Anniversary Edition. And this edition has some performance increases along with some design differences. So the RX 5700 XT 50th Anniversary could compete with the RTX 2080 as far as performance, and is priced at $500. Again, $499 US. With both the release of Ryzen and Radeon this summer on July 7th, again 7.7 for 7 nanometer, AMD is poised to take over the mid-range market and possibly steal some market share from Intel, which is very desirable for AMD and could help them out a lot. Now on to the political news. It's just one story, and it actually happened not too recently, but not too far away, so a few days ago. Demonetization. So this is again another story of YouTube's seemed bias against conservative voices on their platform. So Steven Crowder, a conservative comedian, was just demonetized in response to him criticizing a Vox News video. So Steven Crowder criticized a Vox News video about the main responsibility of journalists, and he also made some comments about the host himself who was recording the video. And Vox wanted to take Steven Crowder down. They sent YouTube a message to get him demonetized, and they also wanted YouTube to just kick him right off the platform. But so it looked like YouTube took direct orders from Vox News in their efforts, and apparently Vox wanted Crowder banned from the video platform for his behavior against them. This seemed over the line and completely biased against Crowder, as he has also been attacked and criticized by Vox News and many other liberal outlets. Again, VOX, Vox News. So that is all the news I have for today. If you guys like the show, you know what to do, and maybe get subscribed for more interesting tech and political news. New podcasts are posted every 2 days, so check back for more regularly. I'm Matthew White, and this has been the ER Podcast.